Hi, welcome back and Happy New Year. Today we are getting started with our seeds for the spring garden. Now I realize we're about 3 months before we're going to put them outside, but it's time to get them started. So what I've got for seed starting here, I've got a rack and I've got some lights suspended above it. These two top lights I bought from Lowe's. This bottom light I picked up at Home Depot. In theory, all three of these lights are the same brightness. In reality, the Lowe's lights are significantly lower brightness, so if you're buying lights, go to Home Depot, not Lowe's. Also, Lowe's, please don't sue me. Get better lights. And then I've got these little seed start trays. Grab one. I picked these up on Amazon, and I'll put a link in the description. I don't know yet if I recommend these or not. They're basically a 4-piece system. You've got a bottom tray, and this will allow water to not leak all over the floor. I've got a clear individual cells for actually putting the dirt in, putting the seeds in. That fits down there, and there's holes in the bottom for watering, so water can come up from below too. And then on the top, you've got a cover, and the cover has this little pinwheely thing, so you can control whether or not these little holes are blocked. Let me put this on while we're on video so you can see what I mean. Basically, this little pin in the bottom of the cover lines up with a little hole in the middle. And some of these want to go in nice and easy, and some of them want to be a pain, so I don't know. Okay, that one's snapped in. But basically, it allows you to prevent water vapor from leaving. The seeds are going to want as much humidity as you can to keep them moist as they germinate. So that should do it. Now let's go fill these with dirt. For soil, I'm actually not sure what what brand the potting soil is. It's the stuff I got at Stanley's Seed and Feed. Frankly, I've tried genuine sterilized seed starting mix last year, and it grew fungus all over the top because it wasn't actually that sterile. So I'm just using a potting mix, and we're going to fill this all. Now, normally when you get a potting mix, it's going to be incredibly dry, and you'll need to add a bunch of water to it. In this case, this potting mix, the container was open, so it's gotten a lot of rain, and it's actually already pretty wet. And I want to just push down the individual holes. Oh wow, it compresses a bit. You don't want the roots on your new little plants finding air pockets where there's no soil. You kind of want them to have soil the whole way through. So pushing these down, make sure they're really full. I'm going to go fill the rest of these off camera because it's windy and one just fell over. And then we'll put some seeds in them. Okay, here we go, putting down the first seeds. So there's some eggplant. The idea here is we just put the seeds on top of the dirt and put a tiny bit of dirt on top of the seed. The idea is the amount of dirt on top should be equal to the diameter of the seed. And with seeds that small, just you can put them on the top, and you almost don't even need to bury them.
And they're pink. Really?
Yeah, if you put 2 ones whole, no big deal. And we're going to have a lot of eggplant and peppers and tomatoes because that's the main focus today. Not the greatest angle, but get a little taller. Okay. I'm trying to write the labels first. So for those of you with cheap seats, bending over a little, we are using water that's just been sitting out. We've got a lot of chlorine in our water. So for seed starting, we'll let the water sit for a day or so before we put it on any plants that are young, because the chlorine is just bad for the plants. And if you've got soil that you just bought from a hardware store and brought in, it's probably going to be extremely dry, so it's going to need a lot of water. You may want to water it, let it soak in, water it again in a few hours. This stuff's gotten, the bag was open, so it's gotten rained on. So this isn't that dry, but I'm still going to throw a little extra water in. And there we go. We got seeds started. Now, I don't actually need to leave the lights running to help them grow until the plants come up and actually start putting on leaves. Because there's nothing green, there's no photosynthesis happening. There's actually enough nutrition in the seed to initially support the plant to grow up to the point that it has leaves. And then once I start seeing leaves, I'll turn the lights on.